Welcome to GISTUBE TV first. Let me just do that here. Subscribe to this channel. Just subscribe already. I mean, if you've been coming or you're new here, don't worry, you're in good hands, in safe hands. Subscribe to this channel. Like this video already. I promise you're going to enjoy it.
Lawrence ọkọ tó máa lọ gbẹnu sí Mike tó máa bá títí ẹyin yòókù jẹ náà kò dá bẹ́ẹ̀ wá wèrè ni ẹni tó ní stọọbù yẹn ti mọ̀ ẹ má máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ àgbàlagbà ni ẹ wá gbẹnu sí Mike ẹ máa sòṣì ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ti fún yín ní pepper soup ẹ máa da gbogbo ẹ lẹ̀.
Ladies and gentlemen, another wahala has started. Honestly, if you recall that recently, some Nollywood actors, Yoruba actors particularly, were coming for their colleagues, going on podcasts, honoring podcast invites left, right, center, and not censoring the things they say. They just go there, they give you they entertain you, and then you're just there talking and talking and talking for whatever reason. And then Wumi Toriola was one of the persons that came for Folukeda Ramola when she went on a podcast and she was saying things concerning their activities in the past presidential election in 2023. But that's not what I'm talking about here. Now, Wumi Toriola has come for Popsy. Yes, that is Mide Martin's husband, Afeez. She has come for him, saying that you people will not use your sense. You're an elderly person, but because of pepper soup, you decided that you needed to say what you should not say. Now, if you don't know what is happening, Wumi Toriola went on TikTok live and she reacted to a clip of Afeez, Mide Martin's husband, describing her in the movie industry. And some persons are like, oh, maybe Wumi Toriola did not understand where Afeez is coming from, while others are saying, oh, he definitely spoke bad of Wumi Toriola, but spoke very respectfully and deflected the conversation away from his wife. Now, in that same interview, Afeez on the podcast, he also talked about the separation himself and Mide Martins had a couple of years ago. Remember when their marriage troubles rocked the internet and Afeez apparently left the house and Mide Martins came online to say, well, her husband has left the house for some days now and he has abandoned the children and all that before they finally reconciled. Afeez spoke about that. But particularly what he said about Wumi Toriola is what has now gotten Wumi Toriola's reaction, and she's now saying, some people just be talking like idiots. Because people just be talking like fools on the internet. And she said she was not going to mention name, but obviously we knew she was dragging that man. Because what did Afeez say? Afeez they asked him actually about his wife and Wumi Toriola. Because in the industry, there's this, a lot of persons say, they don't think Wumi Toriola reads the script. They just give her a brief of the scene, and she goes there and just acts out who she is, her personality. But Wumi Toriola has constantly maintained that is not who she is in reality. She's not as hot-tempered as the characters she portrays, and also she doesn't talk as much as the characters because she has this character that she portrays, and it's similar to what Mide Martins also portray in movies. The characters she does, like that, all these hot-tempered people that if you come for them, they are ready to. Even if you don't come for them, they are just troublemakers, and all of those things. And they have sharp mouth. They can insult you. You can't insult them and get away with it. They will be the last person to haul an insult at you. They just must win, and if they are your wives, you get now all of those pepper body character. That is what Mide Martins does, and that is also what Wumi Martins. I mean, if you see Wumi Toriola, if you see both of them in a movie, you just know you are in for a good time because they can't shout the way go food the movie safe, you go tire, that kind of thing. And they're like, oh, they got it from Lola DJ. Do you get? Now, so the anchor of the podcast now asked Afeez about it. Mr. Afeez was like, oh, how far your relationship with Wumi Toriola and how the character she portrays and all of those things. And she was like, Wumi Toriola, when she started in the industry, started with him, right? That it was there from the beginning. He would direct her movies, he would write scripts for her, and that they had a good working relationship until she became a big brand herself, until she became big, and so she went off to do things on her own and is grateful to God concerning it. Then he now spoke about Wumi Toriola's character, saying, oh, that is sort of the character she portrays, sort of what she is in reality. Right, that she's also a pepper body in reality, that she's somebody that she might not look for your trouble, but if trouble decides to come for her, she is always ready to deal with it. Meanwhile, she said his own wife, that the difference between them is his own wife is not somebody like that he cannot say or point to any time during, all through their career years. They've been in the industry for over 20 years, both of them, like all through their years in the industry up until now, that it can't point out it's a particular time that, or any actor or anybody, any crew member will come and say, oh, Mide Martins, misbehaved on this set. Mide Martins fought somebody, or Mide Martins shouted at this person. The kind of character she played, that is not who her wife is in reality. And a lot of persons have said that Mide Martins is so gentle, so humble, so respectful, and she really, really minds her business in reality compared to what she does in movies. So it's like she has, she's able to enter the movie characters that she play. And he described his wife as such, that, oh, she's a very calm person. She does not like trouble. She doesn't find trouble. She does not fight with anybody and all of those things. But that Wumi Toriola is sort of like that. Like, she's quick to anger. He just basically said her personality is sort of similar to the things she portrays. And Wumi Toriola is vexed. Wumi Toriola is vexed. She's saying, how can you want to refer to me? And you will, even if they mention my name, can you not deflect it and not talk about me on your podcast? All these old for nothing men. And I'm like, you and this man's wife, you guys act together a lot. So hey, hope it's not going to be trouble for. And that's some of the sentiment that people in the comment section are also sharing. Say this is somebody that you have a working relationship with. You should know where he is coming from. And a lot of people are like, oh, Wumi Toriola, we used to think that you acting rude and coming on TikTok and just insulting people is just something you do for fun. And we don't think that is actually. But the way you've reacted to the statements Afeez made concerning you has shown that you indeed are a very rude person, and you actually don't know how to put two and two together and be, demure about it and just be calm about situations. You actually don't know how to do that, because how would you think it's okay? Why would you think it's okay for you to react to the things that Afeez said, concerning you in that manner? Right? But others are saying that, well, Afeez did wrong because of ordinary pepper soup. Because Wumi Toriola even mentioned, that's why we know that she was talking about Afeez interview clip, because she was like, they'll just give you people pepper soup and you just start talking. Someone is saying, be mature, Wumi to do. She should be calming down so she won't spoil her hard work with her aggressiveness in handling matters. And that person is saying, oh, at this moment, I can see Wumi lack manners. What Afeez said is not bad at all. In fact, I even laughed the day I saw the interview about Wumi. You are rude. Afeez, another person is saying what Afeez said here doesn't warrant Wumi to come up and be saying all this. Yoruba says sorry. That is, respect. You should respect. You should honor the people before you. That's like the loose translation. What she did is just confirmation of what he said about her. Right? Another person that are saying what he said is not too much. That's her character, and we all know she doesn't take shit. And the man meant Wumi doesn't take nonsense. She's not somebody that you do nonsense. You can't take nonsense, and she won't say, oh, let me use it as cream, let me rub body, make her just come on eye. Like, she's not that kind of person, and he's not lying, and he was not rude about it. But another person is now saying, see the other opinion this person has. This person says, you people saying she's rude. He said good things about his wife, but decided to talk down about another woman. Please, let's be sincere with ourselves. People cannot take shit. If an elderly person can't talk with his senses, he will be messed up. Another person is saying, in my view, Mr. Afeez should not have described Wumi in that way. It was rude to describe his wife with one level of respect and Wumi in the opposite manner. What is he trying to achieve with that description? So it's a lot of confusing opinion, right? People are saying, oh, you should not have described Wumi that way. It was rude to describe his wife with one level of respect and Wumi in the other opposite manner. Well, and others are saying it wasn't describing her in a disrespectful manner. It was just trying to point out that, oh yeah, some people in the industry play characters that are true to what their individual behavior is. They just play that character, while some other persons play characters that are totally different from what they are. Case in point, his wife and Wumi Toriola. Wumi Toriola is somebody that won't take nonsense. His wife can still calm down and not raise her voice and just try to settle amicably. that kind of situation. So what do you guys think? Do you think that we should even cancel podcasts at this point? Because Yoruba movie actors have problems with podcasts. Honestly, these guys just want to talk and talk and talk, and then they over here and you're like, you people should go and take PR lessons. Or that you are getting the platform should not mean you should just come and talk and just go there and vibe. You're not there to vibe. You're supposed to portray and say things that, because you know your words carry weight and it's good. They're going to take clips and snippets of the videos, not even the full scope of it, and people react to it. So you have to be careful of how you talk and what you say in this on this podcast and in these interviews that you guys grant. But I like to hear what you guys think about it in the comment section. Is Wumi Toriola doing too much? My own is, you and Mide are friends, so you should understand the kind of person her husband is, or the kind of person Mide is, and understand that yes, indeed you guys have similar characters, or maybe you guys have different characters and all that. You should be able to pick it and understand where, especially since Afeez said you guys used to have a working relationship, you guys still have a working relationship. Are you willing to ruin that or stop that just because he said some flippant thing on the internet? I mean, in the internet does not forget to. So, and Wumi Toriola has been trying to beat all these stories about her that she's a very aggressive person. But I remember when a child and had issues with the nanny, and the nanny was this, and then when her marriage broke and her husband was telling someone else and he trended, then the husband was telling the lady was shaking that Wumi was a very aggressive person and beat his mother. She's worked hard. She's been working hard to remove that kind of notion from people, but to not have a director, somebody she works with, say such on the internet. I think I get where she's coming from. Do you understand? To come and say such things on the internet concerning her, she might react in a different manner now. But should she have done it on TikTok live? That is another thing I would like for us to talk about. I will see you in the next one, Sha. Until then, like this video, share this video with family and friends. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you're yet to do so. And bye.